Let's imagine a cheerful little geopolitical chain reaction. The US and Israel spend some time rearranging Iranian military infrastructure. Iran somehow responds with the geopolitical equivalent of, "Oh, you want to play games?" Instead of launching missiles at Nebraska, they go after something much softer and infinitely more annoying: the systems that keep the American economy running. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. America is basically a gigantic, complicated vending machine that runs on electricity, internet connectivity, and credit cards. Knock those out, and suddenly the world's most advanced economy becomes a very expensive campground with a nuclear suitcase. This is no secret. Everyone in the world knows this, and most other modern economies around the world are in the same predicament. So let's dive in and consider what might happen should this unlikely yet completely possible event take place. The first thing that happens is the financial system immediately eats shit. The US economy runs on electronic payments. Every day, trillions of dollars bounce around through bank transfers, credit cards, payroll deposits, and settlement systems run by institutions like the Federal Reserve. If a cyber attack or infrastructure hit knocks out power or the internet across large regions, those systems faceplant. Credit cards stop authorizing, ATMs stop dispensing money, payroll deposits don't show up. Online banking becomes something you nostalgically remember from the before times. Collecting money becomes about as feasible as Venmoing a Viking. So everything gets paused because you can't collect money from a payment system that is on fire. Then the supply chain realizes it runs entirely on blind optimism. Most people assume there are giant warehouses full of food somewhere. Our economy relies heavily on just-in-time logistics, a supply system where inventory arrives constantly instead of sitting around in storage. It's efficient, cheap, and absolutely fantastic, right up until those systems disappear. Truck dispatch software fails, warehouse ordering systems crash, fuel distributors can't confirm payment, retailers like Walmart and Kroger depend on trucks arriving every single day. No trucks means no restocking. And here's the fun detail. Most grocery stores carry roughly 3 to 7 days of food. That's it. Civilization is stocked like a dorm fridge. Which brings us to the wonderfully grim concept disaster planners talk about, the 9-meal rule. Miss about 9 meals, roughly 3 days, and social stability starts getting a little unstable. Food shortages trigger panic faster than anything else. Day 1, people complain and assume everything will be fixed tomorrow. Day 2, people begin panic stocking bunkers for the apocalypse with things they don't even normally eat. Day 3, someone with large weapons wheels an entire pallet of frozen chicken out the back door of Costco. Congratulations, civilization has entered improv mode. By week 2, fresh food disappears. What remains are canned goods, powdered mashed potatoes, and ramen noodles. Meanwhile, fuel shortages begin because refineries, pipelines, and fuel distributors also rely on electronic payments. Nobody ships anything. Truck drivers prefer not hauling gasoline across 3 states for maybe money. Around the 1-month mark, what's left of retail shuts down. Banks are offline. The Federal Emergency Management Agency and the National Guard are deeply involved trying to keep critical infrastructure alive. You'd start seeing scheduled power blackouts and emergency food distribution with the prioritization of military, hospitals, and utilities. After a few weeks, local communities start inventing workarounds. Cash and barter systems pop up. The neighbor with a generator and chest freezer suddenly becomes the most powerful person on the block. The guy with a propane grill? Basically a warlord. Got a gun? Or 10? Congratulations, you're now well-armed militia. Society begins looking more like an off-grid cult. By the time you hit the 2-month mark, the timeline stretches out in dystopian ways. And about those car payments. During a crisis, financial obligations get frozen. Mortgages, loans, utilities, all paused, not forgiven unless everything collapses, including your investments and retirement savings. So basically, if you're overextended on your credit, it no longer matters. Burn the Ferrari and stay in that $10 million chalet as long as you want to. The smart folks had solar panels and backup batteries installed way before the shit hit the fan. America the Beautiful has artificial intelligence, hypersonic weapons, and discombobulators. Yet the entire fucking system quietly depends on ridiculously fragile shit like electricity, internet connectivity, and trucks full of groceries showing up every morning. Break those, and suddenly the most advanced economy on Earth becomes a glorified flea market. Civilization runs on a very short timer, about 9 meals. After that, people start getting very creative. Red states be like, meh, that'll never happen. We're America. But remember who Iran's besties are. 3 nations that would love nothing better than to see America erased from the map: Russia, China, and North Korea. 3 nations just waiting for an opportunity to influence just this sort of thing. And that is what makes me nervous. Remember that your commander-in-chief gets to hide in a well-stocked bunker with his homies and what's left of Epstein's girls while you're shooting your neighbors over that last raccoon burger. Sadly, it's probably too late to apologize.